Let's start with unemployment lawsuits. There are lawsuits going on across the United States in multiple different states. I have several updates for you guys. It's kind of a David and Goliath situations where the people in multiple different states are suing their governors. These are all in Republican states, Republican governored states, I should say, where there's 25 Republican governored states that have opted out of the $300 per week unemployment benefit bonuses and the extra unemployment weeks. So there's multiple different states that have opted out of. The Republican governor has opted out of the unemployment bonuses. Okay, the people have kind of fought back and have sued the Republican governor and the states, and the judges, their own state judges, have actually ruled in most cases for the people. Well, I have several different updates for you guys on these lawsuits. So let me update you guys on these. Okay, number one, the state of Oklahoma, brand new. I actually seen you guys commenting on this on our video yesterday. Oklahoma, the Oklahoma judge has just ordered the state to restore federal unemployment benefits for Oklahomans. So if you're unemployed and you're from Oklahoma, congratulations, you have just won your court case versus the state. So the governor, Kevin Stitt, has lost, and it says that an Oklahoma County District Court judge will order the state government to restart federal unemployment benefits on Monday after a group of Oklahomans challenged Governor Kevin Stitt's early departure from the program. Judge Anthony Bonner said in an email to attorneys Friday evening that he will rule in favor of the group, which challenged the Governor Stitt's authority to opt out of the federal programs in June. Quote, we are thankful for the careful consideration by the court today, and we are pleased by the order for the OESC to resume federal unemployment benefits to the petitioners and all other hardworking Oklahomans required to be on unemployment, McHugh said. Quote, Oklahoma shall notify the U.S. Department of Labor immediately to reinstate and administer federal unemployment programs, end quote. A spokesperson for Oklahoma's Attorney General office said they are reviewing the order and considering their next steps. Spokesperson for the governor's office did not respond to a request for comments. How quickly the programs could resume is unclear, as well as whether eligible individuals will be reimbursed for payments missed, aka retroactive payments, since June is also unclear. More details, I will keep you up to date. Also, recently, an Arkansas judge ordered the state to resume participation in unemployment payments as well. It's also interesting to note that the judges are from these own states. So, the own state judges are ruling against their own state governors. So it's interesting to note that, it's the judges from their own states ruling against their own governors. Now, as far as I'm aware, Ohio is the only state that has denied the lawsuit so far. As you can see here, Franklin County, Ohio, judge denies extending the $300 per week unemployment payments in the lawsuit against Ohio. This is currently under appeal. I also should note that the lawsuits that have currently been won, which I believe are Maryland, Indiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, possibly some others. That's what I have written down so far. They can be appealed, so just keep that in mind. The Ohio one that is currently lost is under appeal as well. I also want to make a retractment here on this one. Tennessee, Fox News. Again, I use sources from Fox News as well as CNN because I'm not from either party. I just use the sources as I see them. Fox News kind of had a misleading statement here that made me think that Tennessee had ruled that Tennessee won. And it was actually just a misleading statement, so I have to retract my statement. Here's the statement that said, unemployed Tennessee residents sue governor to reinstate unemployment benefits. So read that statement there. It says, unemployment Tennessee residents sue state governor to reinstate unemployment benefits. Yeah. So after further investigation, it seems that this state is actually still in the process of the lawsuit, and it's just that this headline was very, very misleading from Fox News. So this, huh? Okay, my wife says poorly written. Maybe misleading is not the right word. It's just poorly written. So Tennessee, I have to scratch off my list. Tennessee has not won their case, or the people have not won their case. Maybe I should say. But so the Tennessee case is not written or not completed. I also had a lot of people, a lot of comments of people asking me, what about the Texas case? You mentioned the Texas lawsuit in the last case, and all the other cases as well. Florida, what about the Florida case? What about the South Carolina case? What about the Louisiana case? All the other cases are pending. There's no ruling yet. So Texas, Florida, South Carolina, Louisiana, all the other lawsuits do not have a ruling yes or do not have a ruling no, as far as I'm aware of. If you know, if there's just been a recent ruling, by all means, please comment down below in the comments. Or if you know about them, please comment down below in the comments. But from what I've seen, Texas is supposed to have a ruling for this upcoming week, this week upcoming. So I will keep you posted. Again, I'm doing my due diligence. Me and my wife are researching this unemployment, the eviction moratorium, the new student loan pause this week that just literally came out yesterday within the last 24 hours. All this stuff we're researching every single day for you guys, so it's a lot. But yeah, so a lot of these cases, they take some time. Some cases rule faster than others, but Maryland has won, Indiana has won. By one, I mean people won. I mean, some people don't want the people to win. Um, they don't want the unemployment to be there. Again, you might be either side. No judgment either way. Some people don't want unemployment to continue. Some people want the people to win. Whatever you think is better for you, right? Yeah. So in the last 24 hours, yeah, literally last night, President Biden and the White House has extended the pause on student loan payments for 6 more months until January of 2022. This is for over 40 million people. So there, you do not have to pay any student loans. This is, yeah, again, for over 40 million people. You do not have to pay student loans for until January of 2022. There will be no interest, no payments, no garnishments, no penalties, anything like that. They have also extended the eviction moratorium until October 3rd. So again, that's for over 10 million people in risk of eviction. They're trying to do as many things as they can for as many groups of people. Do not be surprised if there's a lot more coming out here in the near future. Don't forget, they're also trying to pass the next stimulus package here. They're going to start voting on it here within a matter of days. So remember, the next stimulus package is going to have a multitude of things. I also want to mention this article. White House walks back Biden's plan to let unemployment benefits expire in September. So pretty much everything that was in possibility of expiring, because all these new positive cases, over 100,000 new positive cases right now, and pretty much everything is just getting worse right now, and fears of uh, really just no other way to describe it, but everything possibly getting worse right now. I mean, you can see the headlines here. Is that pretty much stimulus 2.0, lockdown 2.0 possibilities. They're really just trying to do everything they can. The majority of this stuff is going to come in the next stimulus package, and everything on this list, which is, yeah, again, the majority of this stuff is going to come in this next stimulus package. Possible fourth stimulus check, possible monthly recurring stimulus checks that really could be called an adult tax credit. Remember, the child tax credits, those $250 to $300 monthly payments, which are a total of $3,000 to $3,600. Again, if you have children, those are a total of $3,000 to $3,600. Those are going to expire at the end of this year. So you really want them to extend that in this next package. But they're also saying that an adult tax credit is going to be in this next package as well, which could be something similar, $3,000 to $3,600 for each adult as well. Now, remember, in the last stimulus package, they had $1,400 stimulus checks, the third stimulus check, and on top of that, the child tax credit of $3,000 to $3,600. So a family of four got four stimulus checks of $1,400 each for a total of $5,600, and the tax credits of $3,000 to $3,600 on top of that. Okay, so a family of four, just as an example, got the $5,600 in stimulus checks and the $3,000 child tax credits on top of that. So if we're just going with that as a benchmark, this next package could have stimulus checks in there, $5,600 for a family of four, and tax credits in this next package as well. They do say that in this next package is going to be more child tax credits and adult tax credits. And here's the kicker is that this next package is going to be larger than the third stimulus check package where they had literally all that stuff in there. Okay, the last package was $1.9 trillion dollars. This next package is expected to be $3.5 trillion dollars. I mean, that's what the Democrats alone have announced it at $3.5 trillion dollars. Now, remember, they're going to pass this next package without a single Republican vote. So they really don't need to negotiate with the Republicans at all. They're not going to negotiate with the Republicans at all. And now with the economy getting worse and new daily cases, new positive cases over 100,000 people per day, and honestly, this is probably going to go on for a long, long time now. Um, I mean, honestly, they're probably going to pass this and have pretty much everything in the kitchen sink in this next package, and probably have more and more packages after this until the next midterm. Remember that the Democrats get more reconciliation cards after this on October 1st, which is less than 2 months away. And they're going to probably continue to pass packages after this, more stimulus packages, until the next midterm, which is November 2022. So honestly, all these things in here are probably going to be the majority of these things are going to be in here. We do know that Medicare expansion to include hearing, dental, vision coverage, hearing aid coverage, denture coverage, and lower the Medicare eligibility age to age 60 is going to be in this next package as well. Now, that is primarily for seniors, but everybody is going to be a senior at some point, anyways. I mean, I know, like for example, I'm only 40, but I think that is one of the nicest and best things in this package, anyways, because Senator Bernie Sanders says that the majority of seniors, about 75% of seniors, do not have these benefits, and it's going to lower the Medicare eligibility age. So there could be some Medicaid benefits in there as well. The other thing, number 23 in here, there's been a lot of talk about that is lower prescription drug prices in there. I think we're going to probably see a lot of things in there. I don't know if all that's going to kick in immediately with the lower prescription drug prices, because I've been seeing a lot of kind of memos and stuff that some of this stuff might kick a little bit later. But we could see a significant decrease to the price of prescription drugs where they're going to kind of mandate these big pharmaceutical companies to sell these prescription drug prices to the US and to the government and to the people for the same prices that they sell it to other countries. They're going to sell it. They're going to have to sell it to us for the same prices. So imagine prescription drug prices being anywhere from 30 to 70% less. I mean, that alone could save people hundreds of dollars per month. I've seen a lot of your guys' comments that say, yeah, I literally have prescriptions that I can't buy because they're just literally too much money. So that alone could save people hundreds of dollars per month. I mean, it just depends on each person's particular situation. But and again, 2 years of free college. I think that this is going to be a game changer for a lot of people. And again, not I understand that not every one of these particular items apply to people. I understand that, like, student loan forgiveness. I mean, I'm not the type of person, like, I don't have student loans, so like I don't get mad when they announce student loan forgiveness and say, "Oh, well, I don't get student loan forgiveness." I'm happy for people when the government, is helping out people. I like to think that, okay, great, let's help out as many people as possible. Like, I'm not going to college, but I think that's a great thing for our future going forward. And there's a lot of items on here that don't pertain to me personally, but I like to think about our community as a whole, our extended family as a whole. And again, for example, like Medicare expansion or like Social Security raises, again, neither of those apply to me personally, but I'm here rooting for our family, our extended family as a whole. So I like to see all these particular things. I like to see each group of people. Every time I see a win, like student loan forgiveness or eviction moratorium or 2 years of free college, every time I see a group of people like that get huge benefits or get a stimulus provision like that, I think it's amazing because the more people we can help in our community, the more times I see somebody say, "Oh, thank God for a 6 month student loans. I don't have to pay that. I don't have any more interest. You know, thank God for these extra Medicare benefits for seniors. You know, that could potentially change my life. I think that's amazing. And I think the more and more we can do this to help out, whether it's groups of people like seniors with Medicare benefits and possible Social Security raise, whether it's groups of people like people that have student loans, which is 40 million people, whether it's our young people that are potentially going to college. By the way, 2 years of free college is going to pertain to everybody. You could be 18 years old or you could be 80 years old, and you could literally get free college. So there's not going to be an age limit on that. So you can be 40 years old, like I am. You could be 60 years old. You could be 80 years old, and you're going to be able to go to free college. 2 years of free community college when they announce it. You don't even need to like have to use it for to go get a job. You can just go to free college if you want to just go and take a couple college courses just to like enlighten yourself and get a couple years of free college. So that is going to probably happen in this next package. But these are kind of all the things being discussed and possible for the next package. A lot of these things are going to be in there because the package is $3.5 trillion. I also want to say the Senate is literally in session right now. As you can see here, this is a live session from the Senate where they're reading the 2007 page bill. They are working on it. They are literally going through like, I'm trying to think of how I would say this, that they're going through they've just finished the amendment process, but they are literally working on this at the moment here today. So we are expecting an actual vote today, later today. So again, I will keep you updated on this. My next video will be at 8 p.m. Eastern time today. So once they finish part 1 today, if they vote today, then that will be really good, because if part 1 passes today, then Senator Bernie Sanders, who's the person in charge of part 2, the next stimulus package, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says that they will then go on to start the voting process on the next stimulus package, the $3.5 trillion enchilada. So everything we've seen on that list, they're going to then start the voting process on that, which remember, the Democrats are going to pass that through the reconciliation process. And remember, they're kind of passing these in tandem. So they're going to pass part 1 in the Senate, then they're going to pass part 2 in the Senate, and then they're going to send them over to the House of Representatives and have to pass both of those as well. Also remember that the House of Representatives can make changes, and there's also the Democratic Progressive Caucus that is kind of saying, that's the Pramila Jayapal. She's the leader of the Democratic Progressive Caucus. There are around 100 members in the House, and they're the ones that are kind of saying that there might actually need to be more stimulus items, stimulus provisions, like, you know, stimulus checks. I'm trying to think of all the stimulus type items in there, like rent assistance, EBT, SNAP provisions, you know, child tax credits, adult tax credits. When we think of stimulus provisions, they're already starting to say those type of things. We've had Pramila Jayapal here on the show a couple times. Rashida Tlaib, she's a big Rashida Tlaib and Pramila Jayapal are the people who have wrote this bill here for a $2,000 fourth stimulus check, a one-time stimulus check, then followed by $1,000 monthly recurring payments. They're kind of the Bernie Sanders of the House of Representatives, but there's a lot more of them. Okay, so like we have Senator Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren from the Senate. Chuck Schumer's he's kind of progressive over there, the Senate Majority Leader, but they're kind of like 2 or 3 people from the Senate. There's a lot more of them from the House of Representatives when we think of kind of progressive people that are like really like pro stimulus, like really, really, really pro stimulus. So, and remember the Progressive Caucus, they kind of they have a clause that they all vote together. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see if once they pass the bill in the Senate, if the House kind of makes an amendment to add more stimulus items in afterwards. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. We'll see if they actually pass part 1 here tonight. If not, it will be very, very soon, because they're literally down to the wire, and it's going to be very, very soon. It's going to be very, very soon. It's going to be very, very soon.